Coach, whatever you want.
Okay, we are at filmsgonewild.com. My name is John Wildman. I'm the editor-in-chief of Films Gone Wild. And we are going to be talking about a very funny film that I'm a big fan of here at Dances with Films New York. We're actually talking at the Regal Union Square. And this is Aliens Are Coming on Monday. Monday is when the aliens are coming. Introduce yourself.
Well, and it is Sunday, I'm just going to say. So,
aliens are coming on Sunday.
One day.
One day away.
One day away. One day away.
I am Jeffrey Dunn, the writer, director, and actor.
And I am Whitney Rezais. I am the producer.
Okay. Our audience likely has not seen the film as yet, so introduce us to the film.
So the film is about a group of kind of social misfits
the thing
who
is,
believe
sometimes
that
like
there
the
is an
election,
alien
you
invasion
will like
coming
to
on Monday. They decide to finally meet
So,
in person, wait it out over the course of a weekend in a bunker.
Because we have to.
In the course of the weekend, they find the family they didn't
Okay,
know.
so this will do 4 kids.
They all learn a little something about each other, don't they?
So
They do.
the
I learned too much.
You know, I mean, and what's fun is that the film starts in a very funny way with the news broadcast, and you know, which you guys immediately set the tone for the silly ridiculousness that we're ahead, and you know, and silly ridiculousness in terms of the people's personalities, which we go, okay, well, this is the world, and this is our people, and you know, and then we go into this thing where everybody comes together, and they are, if on their own, if the film is just about each individual character, they'd be awkward, ridiculous. But then putting them together becomes even just, it escalates even more so. I would love for you to talk about the design of this, because when you do something like this, you know, we've seen, like, you know, when you have improv-esque things like Waiting for Guffin and stuff like that, there are those elements that trade on this. But you know, and I don't believe this was done in that style. But even if it's scripted, there's still a design to making sure that interaction works to bring the ultimate comedy to it. So I would love for you to talk about that.
Well, it was improvised.
It was?
It was,
Okay.
100% improvised, yeah.
I gave you credit as a writer, but fine, okay. Everyone else made their shit up, okay.
So, no, so I wrote the structure of each scene, so we knew where we were going. We knew point A, point B, point C, but the dialogue was improvised.
Yeah, so when Jeff came to me with the project, I mean, it was such a unique script because it was only the action lines, it was only the beats of his, you know, what he imagined the story going. It's, you know, each scene, I mean, he built up every moment, every act of the film was all like planned out. But every like small moment, every character, every line, and he met with all the actors one-on-one, talked with them about who they were, what their character meant, what the story meant, and then on the day he just let them go, and it was such a beautiful, wonderful, crazy ride to experience.
You know, sometimes that always doesn't reflect it. Just
We of course did not have the time I would have loved
to talk about that
to
just from your own
run as much,
you know, seeing
as many takes as I would like to have done, but it was a fast and furious process, and just the thing I wanted to do was capture honesty as much as possible, and so would purposefully leave people in dark when I could, or plant a seed in one actor, so I knew that they knew where to take it, or to introduce a piece of information without telling anyone else, so we could get genuine reactions.
We know, it's funny because, you know, I'm one of those people that, because I'm writer, actor, director, and because of that, improv in general is always the most frustrating experience to me, because as soon as I did something, I want to rewrite it and improve upon it, right? But here, when we're doing improv on film, well, you just go, well, we're going to do another take, maybe. And so then maybe we do another version. So in your head, some genius idea that comes up, you go, okay, well, I'm going to do it this time, right? I'd love for you both to talk about that, just from the actor's instinct of recording of, like, you know, oh, I can do a bit here, I can do a thing, or I can do a reaction. Again, based also on a dynamic that you just discovered with one of your fellow actors that you can play off of. Talk about those moments that you're able to seize upon.
Yeah, I think
Sure, you're correct.
the we had brilliant actors and improvisers, and there were so many. Well, I will say that this was one of the most frustrating aspects of this production was there were so many beautiful moments that came up, and my intention originally was to sort of run it, and then do a take of piecing the bits together that we discovered. We were never able to really do that because of just the time constraints. So I wasn't 100% sure that I would be able to edit this together. That was a big fear of mine when we got to the end, because each take had their brilliant moments, and finding a way to navigate through all of those in post was super challenging. But we did not have the chance to really like do a take of, you do this thing that you discovered here, you do this thing that you discovered here. So that was all very cobbling the piece together at post.
And the other thing also is that, when we score wins in our head and we're improvising, and we go, oh my God, this is a great moment, that's awesome, right? I would like for you to talk about that, like, if you can like pinpoint some moments in the film when you're like doing one of these scenes, and you go, oh, that was a good one. That was a good one for me in the scene.
And that's the key thing, like, that's why I really...
Just brag upon yourself for a moment.
Us to
So I produced the film, so I had the pleasure of getting to see those little moments, behind the monitor. But I did play a small role at the very beginning of the film. And there was this one moment where somehow I did this shiver that went all the way through my body, and I didn't think anything of it at the moment. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why I did it, but I heard giggles from Jeff behind the monitor, and I was like, okay, I made Jeff laugh. I was like, that's it, I won. Like, I don't know what happened. I was so in it that I was like, I'm not sure what exactly that was, but if we can just make a laugh, that's all that matters.
The shiver it started with no expression, and then just went through her body, and then just died with no expression for like 5 seconds, and it was the most brilliant little moment. And I actually made a GIF of it that I'm going to start using.
Yeah.
I'm going to start
Put it out in the world.
Yeah. I remember that moment. Yeah, yes, no, I know I was. But no, because you brought this up, and I'm going to go into this more about, because it is a different animal to edit something like this, and because usually obviously something is scripted, and so what cuts into what have you. And this is also a situation where you're not necessarily shooting masters into singles, into overs, into two shot, what have you. You're kind of just capturing whatever hell happens, right? So talk about that. Talk about the challenge of actually creating a film out of funny scenes.
Yeah. It was horrifying. I don't recommend it to anyone. It was scary because with our schedule, I could not watch playback. There was no time to watch playback, so I kind of had to just, and being in it myself, you really have to. It's hard to like be in the scene and also be aware of like, oh, I think we got that. I think we got that. I think we got that.
Can you both talk about technique?
Yeah, it was a scary process going into post, because I really wasn't sure what I was up against. But fortunately, we had the right people on board who all. That's what it comes down to. Is you've got to have people that you trust, and you've got to have people that understand where you want to be, the tone, and who understand the arc of the scene. And these are all actors who I have worked with most of them I have worked with many times. We had a rapport, and I think that's the only reason it worked. If we didn't have that going in, I think it could have been a very different experience.
Well, I think it worked very well. Again, the film is Aliens Are Coming on Monday, screening at the Films New York. Congratulations, both of you.
Thank you.
In that way.